Welcome back. The Week of the Young Child continues on Second Cup, and today's session highlights the importance of talking and singing and pointing with your little one. News Channel 10's Kelsey Davis learns how being expressive is vital to your baby's development.
Today we are talking about one of my favorite things in the world, singing, talking, and obviously just being expressive and engaging with your babies, which I think is so important. So first off, I just kind of want to talk about, can y'all reiterate what the Week of the Young Child is?
Yeah, sure. The Week of the Young Child is a week, and it's celebrated nationally, actually, and it's to really highlight and lift up birth to 5 and the parents, caregivers, child care center directors, everybody is connected to early childhood, and just celebrate the importance of that time and the people that care for children in that age range. So we just want to lift up and highlight and celebrate that.
Absolutely. And so how you come into play, we want to talk about, the importance of singing and expressing and being engaging with your young child. Can you talk about that?
I would love to share. Well, I am a speech language pathologist at West Texas A&M, and I am training the future of speech language pathology, and we go and we serve babies at Opportunity School, and so I am still in the trenches working with preschoolers, birth to 5. They're my favorite population. They can make your day. But what we know is that if we can have these children talking, singing, pointing, we're getting them ready for school.
Yes, well, I am a new mom. My baby is 1, and she's just now kind of getting to where she has that personality, She has been pointing and starting to wave, and it is so neat to see, all those milestones and how they continue to grow and develop. And what you guys have always reiterated is that it starts at a young age. So can you kind of talk about just the importance of that and getting them ready, to express themselves?
You want to talk to your child, from the instant you know that you're pregnant. They can hear you in the womb. They can sense when you're upset. They can sense when you're calm. And so when a baby's born, they know their parent's voice. When a baby begins to babble, they make sounds from every single language in the world. At 6 months, they have a shift and they just start babbling the sounds that they're hearing. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it.
I love it.
And so they go from babbling to first words, and so much happens from this child who's born and is totally dependent on their parents to the time they turn 2 years old and they're putting words together. And parents don't realize the impact that they can have and how much they can shape and influence and help their child be successful.
And speaking of that too, toys play a big part in that. And you brought some toys.
I brought one of my new toys to share.
Yes.
So I brought one of my new little puzzles with me, and one thing that I love about it is you can have the child point to what they want, and then you can model the name of it. So you want your vanilla ice cream. It has a cute little magnet on it. And you
that's
can
so
put
fun.
your ice cream in, right, and then pretend to eat it.
Yes.
So children learn through talking, but they also learn through play. So while you're playing with them, modeling language for all the things that you're playing with.
I love that so much.
Yes.
And, also talking about the singing aspect of that as well. Can you talk about the importance of that? Just either one of you.
Well, I think that nursery rhymes are kind of a dying art. I sing nursery rhymes, or I've sang nursery rhymes to my students in class, and they're like, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, and you're like, really?
Yes, really. So, singing nursery rhymes and doing finger plays with children, it teaches them language more than you know. They say and they imitate those things before they even really know what they mean. So it's so important to sing with your child, and you could make a song out of anything.
Yes.
Yes.
I know. As a new mom, it's like you got to keep them entertained and happy, and you'll literally just start singing random words all the time. It's so funny. Like I realize that I'm doing that later on, and I'm like, what was I even singing? I don't know. But my baby loved it, and she was engaged with me the whole time.
Yeah.
And so, the Week of the Child, it's an important week, obviously. And so how can parents get more information, on that and just keep following along with this and, to really help prepare their child? What are some ways for them to, get involved with that?
Well, one of the really cool things we have here, if you're living in Potter or Randall County and you are a caregiver, a parent, mom, dad, abuelita, you can sign up to get free text messages about your child's brain development. So there's 2 that will come, one on Monday that's a brain fact. It's very specific to your child's brain development. So if you have a 1, you're going to get the ones for the 1, different than a 4-year-old, what a 4-year-old's doing. So 1 on Monday, 1 on Wednesday. Wednesday is a try this, something very specific, and it's about one of the 5 basics. And 5 basics are fun, simple, easy things that any parent and caregiver can do to strengthen those neural pathways in a baby's brain. So that's something simple, and you can do that by scanning the QR code or going to the basicsamarillo.org.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we were talking before this, and I have not done that, so I am going to do that, because it's essential to have these tools, as a new parent. There's so many things that you have to look out for and watch for, and it can be daunting, but to know that there are resources available is super important. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, and what we found is from parents who are getting those text messages, there's so many things on there, they realize, wow, I was doing that, and I didn't know that that was really like a thing, and it really affirms and encourages parents to go, okay, I kind of felt like maybe I didn't do so well today, but I did that thing and I didn't realize how important that was, and so it reinforces things that you might just think, it's not a big deal, or even don't realize that you're doing that are supporting brain development. Then you do it more and more, or more, frequently with your baby. So, that brain is developed by 80% by the age of 3, 90% by the age of 5. And so, you were talking about singing, and singing and music, beats and rhythms is early math.
Yep, absolutely.
So it's amazing how those neural pathways are being built, and that foundation is growing stronger when we do these kinds of things and play with our kiddos and interact with them in a present way.
Absolutely. Everything just connects. And so, as we continue learning about the Week of the Young Child, we encourage every one of our viewers to keep tuning in to Second Cup as we continue to talk about such an important topic. So thank you guys both for sharing and coming on today.
Thank you
for having us.
Operation First 5 Amarillo invites you to join us in celebrating the Week of the Young Child, April 5th through the 11th. Scan the QR code for more information. 80% of a child's brain growth happens by age 3 and 90% by the age of 5, getting stronger as they connect with family and explore the world. If you're a parent or caregiver living in Potter or Randall County, sign up to receive texts about what your child's brain is learning and doing and how you can help boost your child's development. Scan the QR code to sign up.